Hey, good morning. What's up, everybody? It's Joe Simpson. I wanted to make a video for you this morning. It's 7:18 a.m., so you're going to have to forgive the way I look when you see some of this footage. But I wanted to show you the sync bin and the sync functionality in the cut page on Davinci Resolve because I struggled with this a little bit in the beginning, and I think I'm starting to see the light. Davinci Resolve introduced a new cut page with Davinci 16, and that cut page, in my opinion, acts similarly but not the same as, say, Final Cut, with kind of a magnetic timeline type feel to it, a reduced visual interface, and they've now incorporated this thing called Sync Bin, which I see it as the perfect solution for synchronizing two camera angles. Before, you'd have to take your two camera angles, jump into this whole multicam mode and do this whole thing in this other window, which was the edit page. But now I think it's a little bit simpler, but it took me a couple of tries to figure this out. And let me show you what I ended up with. So let's start with a new project, and let's just call this fishing reel. Now I have a fishing channel, and I often will show like a product up close and talk about it to the camera. So I have two cameras, one for the product view, one for my face. So I like to do these product cutaways. And before, what I would do is kind of manually line up the audio and try to make it work. And it was kind of a pain. And then sometimes I would do the multicam feature within Davinci Resolve, which that was kind of a pain as well. So let's create a project. Let's leave it pretty simple. Okay, and then over here for playback, I use optimized media. I do proxy mode half res. I just want everything to work smooth. I don't like to be herking and jerking. Okay, so here's where the magic happens. Now, keep in your mind, I've already recorded a talking headshot where I look at the camera and I say what it is I'm going to say. And then I made a cutaway shot with the fishing reel in my hand. And I've already got all of these files downloaded to the computer in a folder. So it doesn't matter what folder or where, however you want to do it, that's fine. So you go over here to the media pool. And what I like to do is go way back, and I go all the way here to the media pool, to the media storage. And then I click on where that location is. And this is my SB test, is where I put everything. And these are the three clips. Now what I've got is I've got the talking headshot, which is that one. I've got the cutaway shot, which is the real shot. And I've got the recording of the audio, which is separate. And that's what was really killing me. And this is the one trick I'm going to show you right up front. When you go into multicam on the edit page, you can actually designate what audio track to follow. Meaning you can have like a master audio track, which is your good recording. When you're doing the sync bin method in the cut page, I haven't seen a way to designate an audio track. So I had a little bit of a workaround. So what I do is I take these first three clips, which is my two angles in my audio, and I bring them in and I drop them into the timeline. So here they are. What I do is I find my talking head shot, because that's my master, I call that my bed track, right? And I'm going to come over here in the metadata and I'm going to call that camera angle ID Shift A. And then I'm going to come over here, and I don't think you have to do this. I just like to do this. And that's B. Okay. So I take my A angle and I team it up. You highlight the audio, and then you basically audio sync those two based on waveform. This is going to give this video track the good audio. Camera A rolling. Okay, so we've got the good audio there. You may not be able to hear some of this audio. So now that you have these three clips designated, you've got three clips and you've got audio, video B, video A, and I have synchronized the good audio to video A. Let's move over to the cut page. It's time to get busy. So now you've got these three tracks. For simplicity, I like to take the three tracks that are going to go into the synchronized bin. A bin is nothing more than a folder. So I create a new bin, and let's just call this sync fishing reel bin. Okay? And then I'll move these three clips over to that bin. Not totally necessary, but it will keep your life simplified if you have an actual designated bin for these files. So then you don't even have to select these, but I take those two clips right there, because those are now the ones I'm going to synchronize. I'm no longer going to synchronize the audio because I don't care about the audio. And I'm going to do this right there. It's going to open up a window and show me the two clips, but they're not synchronized. They're sitting apart. So this is where you say, I want you, computer or Davinci, to look at the audio Now, if you were like a pro and you had time code embedded into your video, you could use time code. Or if you knew that these started precisely at the very beginning of the recording, you could hit sync to the beginning, or if they ended exactly at the same time, you could sync to the end. None of those occurred for me. I'm going to use the audio waveform, which is this little squiggly thing down here. And what the Davinci Resolve does is it looks at those waveforms and kind of algorithmically lines them up and says, oh, I found it. There they go. They're synchronized. So now these clips are synchronized, and you can test it and just play through it. Camera B rolling. Hey, what's up, everybody? Yeah, so I have no sync issues, no echoes, no weird stuff. So before you leave this window, you save the sync right down here. Save it. Now you're good to go, right? So now you can take your bed track, which is this one, because this is the one, my talking headshot, and you can F12 or send it down to the timeline. So you've got that track in the timeline. You can go to the beginning, and I chop off the intro part. I usually mess up my intros 3-4 times before I get started. And I wanted to do a video. Yeah, I think I started right here. I wanted to do a video to test the right here. Hey, what's okay? So I think that's where I started. It'll be different for everyone. So Control B that out, delete that. Hey, what's up, everybody? Joe. Okay, so if you're getting choppy video like I am, you can just highlight those two videos and you can generate optimized media. This will take 1 minute. Okay, longest damn minute of my life. So let's go ahead and play through this. And today I wanted to do a test, testing the sync bin functionality in the cut page on Davinci Resolve. There's a new functionality introduced into Davinci Resolve 16.1. whatever it was, and it supposedly is going to help with like a low angle count, 2 camera, 3 camera. I had a little audio spike here. Hear that? I'm going to get rid of that where it says 2 camera. 2 camera. All right, back up 1 frame. Control B that little section out. I'll come all the way over here. Get rid of that. Control B that. Get rid of the junk. See, now what's really cool is you don't have to worry about how you're chopping up your bed clip, because you're not going to ruin stuff by doing this. That I have. It's made by Cat. Okay, so here I start talking about the reel. So you're like, wait a minute, Joe. I know we have 2 clips. I know we have 2 clips synchronized by audio, but I can't see the other video to know when and how and what's going on, right? So this is where it comes cool. You hit sync bin. Boop. Now you can see both clips and you can see both windows. So check this out. So let's play it and see where we want to actually look to the reel. Having to set up a whole multicam project and do all the extra work and stuff like that. So today I wanted to show you this fishing. So right now I'm looking away. So I'm taking my attention to the fishing reel, right? So right here, show you this fishing. I would want to click over to this. Now look what Davinci does. Davinci puts a 5-second clip already selected at exactly that playhead point. So all you got to do is drop on top, right? And I'm going to click. I'm going to free my cursor. Okay, you drop on top, and then it dropped it precisely where it syncs with this clip reel that I have. It's made by Cat. Now, you can see up here in the window, the red is identifying what's going to be shown on the camera ultimately. And we'll drop back out and look at this in full frame. So before this clip, it's on my face, and then exactly when that clip occurs, it's on that clip, and that turns red. And you can change the duration of these time just by stretching and shrinking the clips. Check that I have. It's made by Cast King. So right here, I might want to look back at the camera because I looked at you, right? So I might say, I want to catch eye contact and leave that like this. It's a, now I look back down. So let's go back over to here. Let's drop on top. Let's go back in front, play through it, see what it looks like. Chinese made fishing reel. It's a 7-to-1 gear ratio. It's very well made. Okay, so I'm still talking about it. So let's drag it out some more. Feels like metal, but it could be plastic. Let's keep going because I like it still. Now, right here, I look up. See how I look up? So right here, I might want to stop and say, let's let that play. It has the tensioner on here for the brakes. You can see it went red. Right hand. All right, we're kind of cutting on the fly here. Tensioner for the barrel. And I look back down. Side, it's got the tension. Let's see right here. Let's see on the right hand side. So I'm looking back down. So let's go back to this camera. Drop on top. It's not like I'm saying pop on top.
It's got the tensioner for the barrel in this location, and it really looks nice.
Okay, it really looks nice. Okay, check this out.
It really looks.
So right there, I might want to say, hey, I'm coming back to the camera, so I want to.
And it really looks nice. If you
right
look
there,
at this,
right when I said
reel,
nice,
you
I
can
look
kind
back.
of.
So if you look at this, I want them to look again.
Look at this.
All right, maybe.
Look at this.
Right there. Go back over. Drop on top.
On your right.
Let's see how it plays.
Reel, you can kind of see it's very well designed. It's super pommable when it's on your rod, and it's just so lightweight.
So I look up here,
and it's just so light.
So right here,
Let's
go right there, and let's drop it in. All right, let's keep going.
Weight and easy to use and easy to cast. That I really would recommend this reel for just about anybody who's looking to get a new reel.
So let's just stop it there. Let's just say, because you're tired of seeing me cut. All right, so let's delete the tail end of that. So now you've got a clip that plays through and switches angles. You still can't see how the angles are showing up. So what you do is you go back to the regular media pool, and now you have the full view again. Okay, and now you can see how it actually is implemented. You can see this plays through, and it goes to there. So right here
and stuff like that. So today I wanted to show you this fishing reel that I have. It's made by Cast King. It's a Chinese-made fishing reel. It's a 7-to-1 gear ratio. It's very well on here for the brakes on the right-hand side. It's got the tensioner for the barrel.
So really what this is doing, it's allowing you to take two clips, align them through their audio waveform, and be able to cut back and forth without having to kind of do it manually. Before, what I would do is I would take these clips and I'd stack them. I'd put the whole clip above one and the whole other clip below the other. I'd line up the waveforms and I'd go through and I'd cut out the parts I don't want, which was a whole lot of excess cutting. Now I can play through the bed track and say, oh, I want extra angle here, I want the extra angle here, and I want the extra angle here. And then when you get the angles down there that you want, you can say, oh, let's stretch and pull these around a little bit until they match exactly what I want to do. Now, one thing you might notice is, or you probably don't notice through the video you're watching, but I can hear it here. There's a little bit of a
hand side. It's got the tensioner for the barrel.
Dual audio echo going on the second track. So let's talk about what we can do with the audio now. So if you want to, you can just go right over here, and if you know your second angle is not your good audio, you can just mute that track. And so now you won't hear any audio from that track at all.
The right hand side, it's got the tensioner for
it's always just going to be the first track. Or if you go over here to this edit page, you can now see what's going on with this edit and how it worked. And you can see that I've got the audio muted for this track, I've got the good audio in this track, and now I can do all of my edits and all of my stuff like I normally would. You can go to the color page, and it's nice and neat and organized and easy to color all these different angles, and it's really a great thing. So I think you guys should check it out. Practice a little bit on the sync bin, but one tip that I had, if you take your bed track and synchronize the good audio to your bed track first, it will make your life a little bit easier. Hope you guys enjoy the tutorial. I will talk to you soon and see you later.